Most people think success comes from motivation, talent, or hard work. But what if success is actually the result of tiny habits that you repeatedly do every day? In Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals how small changes can transform your identity, behavior, and ultimately your entire life. The book shows that remarkable results don't come from massive actions taken once in a while. They come from small actions performed consistently over time. Chapter 1: The Surprising Power of Atomic Habits. James Clear begins by explaining that small habits often seem insignificant because their results are not immediately visible. People usually expect quick outcomes and become frustrated when progress appears slow. However, habits work like compound interest. Tiny improvements accumulate over time and eventually creates extraordinary results. A person who improves just a little every day can achieve remarkable success, while small negative habits can gradually lead to failure. The key lesson is that success is not determined by one major decision, but by countless small choices made consistently. Chapter 2: Goal versus Systems. One of the book's central ideas is that goals alone do not create success. Goals provide direction, but system creates progress. Everyone has goals, but only those with effective systems achieve them. For example, wanting to lose weight is a goal. James Clear argues that focusing too much on goals can be misleading because lasting success comes from improving the daily progress that leads to those goals. Chapter 3: Building Identity Based Habits. Most people try to change their outcomes, but James Clear argues that true transformation begins with changing identity. Instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, focus on who you want to become. For example, rather than saying, I want to run a marathon, think, I am a runner. Every action you take becomes evidence supporting that identity. Over time, these repeated actions strengthen your belief in who you are, making good habits more natural and sustainable. Every habit follows a four-step process: cue, craving, response, and reward. A cue triggers a behavior, a craving motivates action, the response is the behavior itself, and the reward reinforces it. For example, receiving a phone notification acts as a cue. Curiosity creates the craving, checking the phone becomes the response, and the satisfaction of seeing the message serves as the reward. Understanding this cycle allows people to consciously design positive habits and eliminate negative ones. Chapter 5: The First Law: Making It Obvious. The first law of behavior is to make good habits obvious. James Clear explains that our environment greatly influences our actions. Rather than relying on motivation, people should create visible clues that encourage desired behaviors. For example, placing a book on desk makes reading more likely, while keeping healthy food inside encourages better eating habits. By designing an environment that supports positive behavior, good habit becomes easier to remember and perform. Chapter 6: The Second Law: Make It Attractive. People are naturally drawn towards activities they find enjoyable. Therefore, make an habit attractive increases the likelihood of repeating it. James Clear recommends pairing habits with activities you enjoy and surrounding yourself with people who already practice the behaviors you want to adopt. Since human tends to imitate those around them, joining communities where positive habits are normal can make those habits feel more appealing and easier to maintain. Chapter 7: The Third Law: Make It Easy. Many people fail because they make new habits too difficult. James Clear argues that reducing friction is more effective than increasing motivation. The easier a habit becomes, the more likely it is to occur consistently. He introduces the 2-minute rule, which suggests that any new habit should take less than 2 minutes to start. Reading one page, doing one push up, reading one page, doing one push up, or writing one sentence may seem small, but these actions establish momentum and make larger habits easier to sustain. Chapter 8: The Fourth Law: Make It Satisfying. The human brain repeats behavior that provides reward. The challenge is that bad habits often deliver immediate pleasure, while good habits produce delayed benefits. To overcome this, James Clear recommends creating immediate satisfaction for positive behaviors. Habit tracking, celebrating small wins, and visually measuring progress make good habits more rewarding. When people experience satisfaction from their actions, they are more likely to continue those behavior consistently. Chapter 9: The Importance of Consistency. A major lesson from the book is that consistency matters more than perfection. Everyone experiences setbacks and occasionally break their routines. However, one mistake does not determine success or failure. James Clear introduces the idea of never miss twice, meaning that while missing one day is normal, missing multiple days creates a pattern. The goal is not to be perfect, but to recover quickly and continue moving forward. Chapter 10: Finding the Right Habits. James Clear explains that people achieve the best results when their habits align with their natural strength and interest. Every individual has unique abilities, and success becomes easier when those strengths are utilized effectively. Rather than forcing yourself into activities that constantly feel unnatural, it is often better to choose habits that match your personality and talents. This approach increases enjoyment, consistency, and long term success. Chapter 11: The Goldilocks Rule. People perform best when they are challenged just beyond their current abilities. Tasks that are too easy become boring. Tasks that are too easy becomes boring, while tasks that are too difficult becomes discouraging. The Goldilocks rules states that motivation remains highest when challenges are balanced. Motivation remains highest when the challenges are balanced between the comfort and difficulty. Continuous improvement occurs when individuals push themselves slightly beyond their limits while still maintaining confidence and momentum. The ultimate message of Atomic Habits is that lasting success comes from small actions repeated consistently over time. Every habit is a vote for the person you want to become, and every small improvement contributes to your future identity. By focusing on systems instead of goals, designing environments that supports good behavior, and remaining consistent even when progress seems slow, anyone can create meaningful and lasting change. The book's core lesson is simple: small habits repeated daily creates extraordinary results.